Hey guys, today we're going to be reviewing the HY-852 from Huiying Toys. Now this little quadcopter is a unique looking little micro quad that has great flight characteristics, both for indoor and outdoor flying. When you get the quadcopter, it comes with a transmitter, spare set of props, USB charger, and a small screwdriver for removing both the prop guard and the battery tray on the back of the transmitter here. So as always, what we'll do is we'll start off with the transmitter. And much like the quadcopter, the transmitter also has a very unique style. Size-wise, it falls somewhere between your standard nano transmitter and your micro transmitters. On the top shoulder buttons, you have your forward and back trim and your left and right trim. And then on the face of the transmitter, you have your yaw trim, your flip button, and your FS is your rate button. The quadcopter has 3 rates with only one yaw rate. But the yaw rate is actually fairly fast, so it's good for both indoor and outdoor flying. When you push the flip button, the transmitter will start to beep, letting you know that you're in flip mode. At that point, you input which direction you want to flip. It does a flip, and then comes out of flip mode, which is a great feature. And you'll see later in the video that the flips are kind of unique. They fall somewhere between a flip and a roll. So it's kind of cool. It's a cool little flip. Before we move on to the quadcopter, I'll show you how to recalibrate the accelerometer. So what you'll do is you'll just bind the quadcopter to the transmitter. Take both sticks and move them to the inside corners. Once the lights flash, your accelerometers have been recalibrated. So like I said before, the quadcopter has a very unique design to it. It almost looks like some kind of a creature, It's got these little eyes in the front and like this mohawk in the back that actually lights up with the LEDs. So it's really cool looking. I like it a lot. I haven't seen many or really any quads in the market that have this kind of shape. So you're really going to give credit to Huiying Toys for bringing a new, unique design to the market. The quadcopter feels good in your hand. It's got some weight to it, and I really think that helps with the outdoor flying. The wind really can't blow it around all that much, and it's got plenty of horsepower to fight through the wind too. So it's kind of a win-win situation there. It's just great for outdoor flying. It's got 6 internal LEDs. It's got 2 white ones in the front behind the eyes, 2 blue ones in the front arms, and 2 green ones in the rear arms. And the LEDs shine really bright through the arms, which make it a great outdoor night flyer. It's really easy to keep orientation with this quadcopter at night. It's got a 300, see if that'll focus, 300 milliamp hour battery that gives you about 6-minute and 15-second flight times in this configuration with the prop guards off. With about a 10 to 15 second low voltage warning, and it takes about 40 minutes to charge the battery. So not too bad there. Good long flight times. You just might want to keep an eye if you're flying outdoors. Keep an eye on your time. Maybe at like 5.5 minutes, you might want to bring it closer to you, just in case the battery does run low. Low voltage warning comes on. You don't land it somewhere you don't want to. The quadcopter does come with a prop guard. And what I'll do is I'll grab that quick and show you how to put it on. It's super simple. Okay, so here's the prop guard here. And like I said, it's super simple to put on. It just clips over the motor pods, right, with these clips right here, and then screws into place. One thing I want to mention is it does come with the prop guard on when you get it. And when you remove the screws, they're long enough to take up this space right here in the prop guard. So I would suggest not putting them back in if you're going to take the prop guard off, because they're actually too long with the prop guard removed. If you can see here, you see that white mark right there on the end of the motor pod. That's actually where the screw started to come through the body. So I just wound up leaving the screws off after I removed the prop guard. But like I said, to put the prop guard on, you just simply put it over the motor pods like that, and it just snaps into place. You can actually hear it snap into place. And then once it's on, you would just take the small screws and thread them right in there. And really, I mean, if you're going to be taking it on and off a lot, it's very secure without the screws. So you really wouldn't even have to put the screws back on it, to be honest with you. You know, if you were going to keep it on when you get it from the factory, don't bother taking the screws out. But if you know it's going to come on and off, you're going to fly it outdoors, then you're going to fly it indoors, you know, I would say just leave the screws out. If it flies just fine either way. And the prop guard is very effective. It works well. It's got a little bit of spring to it, so it's not going to crack easy. And it just works very well. So what we'll do is, now the prop guard's on, we'll use the prop guard and do a little indoor flight. And then if the wind dies down here, we'll bring it outside and do a little outdoor flight. Do a quick night flight with the Huiying Toys HY-852. Put it into high rates. A little windy out tonight. This thing is just an awesome night flyer. You can see how bright the LEDs are. You got blue in the front, green in the back, and you have the two white lights in the very front of it. It just really helps with orientation. And the range on this thing is absurd. I mean, for a toy grade quadcopter, the range is unbelievable. Oh, a little further out than I thought it was. All right, we'll do a quick indoor flight test with the Huiying Toys HY-852. We'll start it off in low rates. And we'll just do a couple laps around the kitchen here. And the low rates in this quad is a great rate for flying inside the house. You know, the pitch isn't too aggressive, but it's not too slow to make it boring to fly. And the yaw rate, even though the yaw rate doesn't change between rates, you know, you can really control it with the rudder. You know, so depending on how much rudder input you give it, you can make it yaw really slow or fast. So, you know, there's a lot of control there with the yaw. So I don't really mind if the yaw doesn't change, as long as I have, you know, good control over it, which you do with this quadcopter. I guess that's good resolution is the word I'd be looking for. We'll move it up into medium rates. You can see the pitch really increases with medium rates, and this thing really picks up and gets real sporty. And then high rates, which is a little too high for indoors. I mean, this thing really just gets out in high rates. I mean, I really wish I could get some outdoor flight footage today, but the wind has just picked up way too much. Because you take the prop guards off of this thing, and you put it outside in high rates, and it is just one sporty quad. It just gets out. It flies. But you know, if you keep your eye on my channel, I'll be posting some outdoor flight footage in this thing, and you can really see this thing live to its full potential outside. I think that's where it really shines, is outdoors. But I mean, indoors too, it's not too bad to fly. There we go, you get a little prop guard test there. Show you some flips here. Like I said, the flips are more of a roll, a flip roll, if you will. So let me... And it gives throttle before it flips, so it recovers pretty well. But yeah, it's more of a roll. There we go, now we're in LVC. So we'll bring it in for a landing. And there we go. There's the Huiying Toys HY-852. I hope this review was helpful to somebody. You know, if it was, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment. Please subscribe. And thank you for watching.